fam, whether you're a straight-up sci-fi junkie or just trying to find your next epic movie night pick, Amazon Prime's got the heat. We're talking everything from wild dystopias and savage cyborg uprisings to alien first contacts and trippy time travel twists. It's basically a whole galaxy of mind-bending stories that'll have you questioning reality and what it even means to be human. So grab your snacks, buckle up, and get ready to dive into Prime's most fire, visually insane, and brain-melting sci-fi flicks. Let's get into it. Number 7, 65. So 65 dropped in 2023, and it's a sci-fi action thriller directed by Brian Woods and Scott Beck. The main dude is Mills, a pilot from some hella advanced alien society. He signs up for a 2-year space mission just to stack some cash for his daughter's medical bills. But things go way left when his ship crash lands on a mystery planet, which ends up being prehistoric Earth like 65 million years ago. Yup, straight into the dino era. Now Mills has to survive this wild, savage landscape filled with angry dinosaurs while trying to reach an escape pod that's like miles away. It's not super high-speed action all the way, but the survival vibes and the dino jump scares def keep the tension up. Visually, super clean. The effects are solid, and the whole man vs. dino setup is mad intense. The concept, humans landing on Earth before humans even existed, is low-key dope. But FR, the plot kind of fumbles, the pacing drags, backstory's thin, and it leans hard on the same stressful moments over and over. Still, if you're into chill sci-fi with some survival struggle and Jurassic chaos, 65 might be your jam. Not a masterpiece, but it's got enough raw energy to keep you locked in for a night. Number 6, the Divergent Series. Alright, so the Divergent Series is that dystopian sci-fi trilogy based on Veronica Roth's hit books. We're talking Divergent, 2014, Insurgent, 2015, and Allegiant, 2016. The whole thing goes down in a post-apocalyptic Chicago, where society's been sliced into 5 factions: abnegation, selfless, dauntless, brave, erudite, smart AF, amity, peaceful vibes, and candor, truth tellers. Basically, you get sorted based on your personality type, kinda like Hogwarts, but way more intense. Enter Triss, aka Beatrice, who finds out she's divergent, meaning she doesn't fit neatly into any one group. Major red flag in the system. In Divergent, she ditches her fam's faction and joins the bold, dauntless crew, where she links up with her brooding trainer, Four, yeah, that's his name, and sparks fly real quick. As she grinds through brutal training and uncovers some shady erudite conspiracy to take over, Triss has to face her identity and fight back. Visually, these films go hard. High-tech cities, slick action scenes, and some pretty sick dystopian drip. Triss and Four, Shailene Woodley and Theo James, carry most of the emotional weight, even though the side characters don't always get their shine. The first movie hits with solid world building and character depth, but not gonna lie, the sequels kinda get lost in the sauce. Plot starts twisting too much, stakes get fuzzy, and the momentum drops off. Still, Divergent had a strong start and brought a fresh twist to the whole teens versus the system vibe. It didn't stick the landing, but it's still worth a watch if you're into gritty future worlds and rebellion core energy. Number 5, Kalki 2998 AD. Yo, Kalki 2998 AD is a 2024 sci-fi banger directed by Nag Ashwin, and it seriously goes off. Set way in the future, like 2898 vibes, the story takes place in Kashi, the last surviving city, ruled by this power-hungry dude named Supreme Yaskin. The whole place is basically a dystopian nightmare, with the elite living large while regular folks get straight-up oppressed, especially women who are subjected to wild experiments just to keep Yaskin alive longer. Dark stuff. At the center of it all is a pregnant woman carrying what people believe might be the prophesied savior. Meanwhile, this bounty hunter named Pyrava, aka Brova, is out here trying to catch her to score entry into Yaskin's bougie inner circle. But plot twist, he ends up uncovering a bunch about his own origins and future, and things get real fast.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
This movie's got that wild blend of ancient mythology meets futuristic tech. Think flying cars, gods, lasers, and deep lore, all wrapped in a next-level cinematic style. The visuals, straight fire. Production design, VFX, and the acting all hit hard. But FR, the story can feel kinda all over the place. The pacing's a bit uneven, and trying to launch a whole new cinematic universe in one go makes the plot feel a little chaotic sometimes. Still, Kalki 2898 AD swings big, and even when it stumbles, it's doing something bold. It's a fresh, ambitious take on sci-fi, and if you're into epic world-building with mythic vibes and future chaos, this one's worth the watch. Number 4, The Creator, 2023, is straight-up eye candy with some deep feels. Directed by Gareth Edwards, the same dude who gave us Rogue One. Set in 2065, this flick throws us into a wild future where a nuke wipes out LA and humans blame AI for the mess. Western countries go full anti-bot mode, launching an all-out war against artificial intelligence. But over in New Asia, they're still vibing with AI, treating them like actual beings. So yeah, global tension is off the charts. Enter Joshua Taylor, a former Special Forces guy who gets pulled back into the chaos. His mission, find and take out the mysterious creator of next-gen AI who supposedly built a weapon that could end the war for good. But plot twist, when Joshua infiltrates an AI hideout, he uncovers some deep personal secrets that flip the whole game and force him to rethink everything he thought he knew. Major identity crisis incoming. Visually, this film goes crazy. The world building is chef's kiss, futuristic cities, gritty tech, and epic battle sequences that look like they came straight out of a video game. Plus, John David Washington and Madeline Univoyles carry the emotional side like pros. What hits different about The Creator is how it treats AI, not just as mindless villains, but as actual sentient beings with hearts and souls. It's got that humans versus machines energy, but layered with empathy and big questions about morality, war, and what makes someone real. That said, the writing's a bit shaky at times, and some of the plot logic doesn't always add up. Still, this one's a bold, thoughtful drop in the science fiction game. If you're into dope visuals, futuristic warfare, and stories that make you low-key existential, The Creator deserves a spot on your watch list. Number 3, Daybreakers. Alright fam, Daybreakers, 2009, is not your average vampire flick. Directed by the Spierig bros, Michael and Peter, this one hits different, blending dystopian sci-fi, horror, and gothic vibes all in one dark, gritty package. Picture this. It's the near future and vamps have taken over the world. Like, everyone's undead now. Humans basically extinct, and the blood supply drying up fast. The story follows Edward Dalton, a vampire scientist, aka hematologist, who's got more heart than the rest of his kind. While most vamps are just trying to survive, Edward's out here low-key trying to save humanity and vampires by creating artificial blood. Dude's in his emo genius era, fighting the clock before society literally turns on itself. What makes Daybreakers stand out is how it flips the whole vampire trope. Instead of the usual haunted castles and eternal romance, we get a cold, corporate, tech-heavy vampire society running out of resources. Basically late-stage capitalism, but with fangs. The vibe is slick and stylish, with fire production design and just enough action to keep the pace lit. Yeah, some plot beats are a little predictable, but the concept is mad original and the moral dilemmas hit hard. It's not just about blood-sucking. It's about survival, ethics, and what it means to stay human in a world where humanity's almost gone. Bottom line, Daybreakers is a smart, moody, and hella cool take on the vampire genre. If you're into sci-fi with a dark twist and some thought behind the gore, this one slaps. Number 2, The 13th Floor, Loki. A slept-on gem, The 13th Floor, 1999, is one of those trippy, brain-melting sci-fi thrillers that hits different if you're into the whole what is reality vibe. Based on Daniel F. Galoui's book, this flick follows Douglas Hall, a tech-savvy computer engineer working at a cutting-edge company that built a super advanced virtual reality sim of 1937 Los Angeles. Yeah, it's giving vintage GTA but make it existential, but things get sus real quick when Douglas's mentor turns up dead, and he ends up being the prime suspect. So now he's diving headfirst into the simulation, trying to piece together what really went down, only to start questioning everything, including who he really is and whether his world is even real. This one's not about big explosions or fight scenes. It's got that slow burn, noir core energy with moody lighting, old school aesthetics, and deep philosophical questions. Think Blade Runner meets Inception, but with more trench coats and fewer plot twists that make your brain bleed. Craig Burko delivers a solid lead performance, underrated FR, and even though the film doesn't go full blockbuster mode, it does explore some wild concepts around simulation theory, identity, and the blurred line between code and consciousness. It didn't really pop off when it first dropped, probs because The Matrix dropped the same year and stole the spotlight, but it's gained a cult following for a reason. Bottom line, The 13th Floor is that low-key, cerebral, sci-fi sci-fi thriller that makes you question everything, including your Wi-Fi password, and if you're just an NPC in someone else's sim. Number 1. Upgrade. Alright, let's wrap this list with a straight-up banger. Upgrade, 2018, is one of those low-key sci-fi thrillers that goes way harder than it has any right to. Directed by Lee Wannell, yes, the Saw guy, this flick drops us into a not-so-far future where AI basically runs everything. Self-driving cars, smart homes, creepy surveillance tech, yup, all that and more. The story follows Gray Trace, a full-on old-school dude who's super anti-tech. He's vibing with his analog life until everything crashes, literally. After a brutal mugging leaves him paralyzed and his wife dead, Gray's whole world goes dark. But plot twist, a reclusive tech genius offers him a lifeline, a next-gen AI chip called STEM that can upgrade his body and give him full control again. Not just walk, but like John Wick meets Terminator levels of control. Once STEM's in his system, Gray goes full beast mode. Serving up brutal precision fight scenes with slick robotic choreography that makes you pause and go, yo, what did I just watch? But while he's hunting down the people who destroyed his life, Gray starts to realize there's way more going on. Shady corporate secrets, AI with its own agenda, and the terrifying question of who's really pulling the strings. The movie is dark, stylish, and fast-paced without ever losing its bite. Logan Marshall Green crushes the lead role. Seriously, dude carries both the emotional weight and the chaotic action like a pro. And while it borrows from sci-fi legends, RoboCop, Venom, even Black Mirror vibes, Upgrade still carves out its own lane with a dope story and wild execution. TLDR. Upgrade is that gritty, hyper-violent, tech-gone-wrong flick that slaps with clean visuals, savage fights, and major don't-trust-the-AI energy. For real, this movie's an underrated king of modern sci-fi that proves you don't need a Marvel budget to blow minds. That's a wrap for today, fam. If you're feeling the vibes and want more fire movie and series recs, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on noties so you never miss a drop. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.